I guess we're doing the MCN standing up today. Hang on, let me just get my step ladder. Anyway, classic jokes. I mean, first of all, starting with a new game mode, which does actually have a large segment in the MCN today, coverage on, positives, negatives and stuff like that. It did go in well, granted. A lot of people weren't able to access the new game mode because it had broken, but yeah, it's like it worked for me, it worked for a lot of people, but then there's obviously, it's not everybody's been able to access it, so that hasn't been great. Spider-Man Supreme and Nightmare Raids, which, for a lot of people might have actually cost them some problems, some revives as well at the same time. There is going to be another compensation package that will be coming out to remedy those particular interactions with Spider-Man Supreme. I'm sure Kabam would love to get like 1 month, one new mode, or like new type of reset of something. Maybe next week's AQ raids actually launch without a hitch, without a problem and stuff like that. But those fixes are in place right now, so fingers crossed. And now we're going to be talking about Mysterium farming and the Trader's Outpost. The Trader's Outpost was updated. Sorry, bunny ears. Updated in the last 24 to 48 hours. And of course, players are noting, like myself, now I didn't do like a separate video on this one. I wanted to save it for an MCN-based coverage because it does not feel like it's been updated at all. Okay, so one thing that's pointing out at the moment is, and as Avnish and many other players have spotted, I started playing side quests, which I am already not liking. We'll talk about that in a minute. And I only got 18k Mysterium from the first 4 objectives. We used to get 24k Mysterium. We also missed the last week Mysterium. Yeah, it will be covered in the rest of the 3 weeks, but it just depends on the objectives and other types of elements going to the final weeks. As we know, with the Summoners Fest, Kabam don't seem to be kind of acknowledging communication, what is coming, what is like soon. And maybe it's a case of 13.5k Mysterium a week is not really enough if you kind of look at it over a length of time. Even more so when, there's confusion around the volume of Mysterium. How much Mysterium are we meant to get? Kabam Pinwell said yesterday, I think this was, or the day before, check for Mysterium. And of course, yeah, we just need to find out like what is actually going on with that. On the subject of Trader's Outpost, though, there are some things that have been noted. And one of the big things that I note is that the way to acquire the volume of, it's exactly the same tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha. That's basically it, right? You can see that I've purchased this bundle right here, this Valiant bundle, where you can get 2 of every basic alpha, basic/alpha, and you're getting exactly the same. Like, nothing has changed. It's the same tier 6 basics, it's the same tier 3 alpha. It's just that instead of it being in 2 bundles, it's in 1. Does that save Mysterium? I don't know, but it doesn't look like it's updated. And I think Kabam even said that this is not meant to be like game-changing changes, but it's just, you're like, well, look, the game's moving on. The content's moving on. The meta of the rewards, the payout to reward budget or whatever it is, hasn't moved on for this particular store. And I don't know, I was expecting a bit more from what could be given out. That's, I think, basically it. We also get less Mysterium per week. That's still something that's being kind of like looked into for sure. Not as good as the Super Daily event, and maybe that's where players are. It feels like an upgrade. Tier 6 class catalyst, twice as many tier 6 basic, tier 3 alpha. Unfortunately, that is not the case. But it's definitely worth Kabam Crashed having another look at this at a later date. Now we're going to shine a bit of light on the new mode. This new mode, I think, is again going to divide a lot of opinion on whether or not people like it or don't like it. I've definitely seen plenty of just difference of opinion on the matter. Of course, it didn't go in according to plan, and it meant that a lot of people were delayed in entering, which could indeed limit the extent of how far you could push when it comes to points. This very much is the season of Kabam trying stuff out, and how this game kind of evolves into this kind of Fighting game meets RPG elements, meets some other type of mobile game type. And that's something that I said recently. I said that this game was kind of like, I said the times were changing, as I sang Bob Dylan to, but also I said that this game is trying to like bend into the RPG elements. Not and I said that it's kind of like an MMO, but not an MMO. It's not an MMO, but it's got elements of those things that are kind of drawing from it, and it seems to be going in a new direction. Mark my words and mark what I just said again, and we're going to come back to it at the end of the month. Why? Watch this space. I can't talk any more about it, but I'm just saying it's weird, isn't it, when you say something and then later on something happens, right? Mark those words. Anyway, I do agree with a lot of people, and indeed the energy cost is something that over a length of time is gonna feel like it's a little bit higher. And as much as I'm having fun and I really do enjoy the mode, that doesn't mean to say that it reflects everybody in the community. Have your own opinion on whether or not you like it or not. And I definitely agree with this. I had a load of full energy refills, and I think sometimes I'm like, it's come on, I'm trying to get our full energy refills here. Like, I do need to save some back in order to do a bit of content. But and that's 9.2, by the way. You have to have it done by the end of the month. But anyway, I think like a lot of people, I had a load of expiring energy refills, which could be used for this mode, especially as I'm slowly going through Battlegrounds with Elder Marks as well. I suppose those energy refills are going to be used for something. So yeah, Elder Marks for Battlegrounds, which of course is annoying to kind of see energy go. But this is only a side quest. It's only going to be for a limited time. I did have high hopes that maybe it could be something you could use in Arena for, you know, an alternative to Arena to unit farm. It's always good to read as well, like, you know, some thorough, thought out feedback on stuff. This player says, they should have made the champs 7-star rank 4. We could see what they're capable of. Even champs that aren't even 7-star. We're talking about giving those out for free. We would finally get a good preview, and they'd hear our feedback better on who should be the next 7-star. But no, 2 stars and nothing. Have fun gambling. So stupid and pointless. Yes, remember, in a game like Marvel Contest of Champions, gambling is not good, and especially if you've been playing for 10 years. I mean, who would have something like a roulette wheel type element to a game and it being there for 10 years, and you kind of go, well, this game is rubbish, it's just full of gambling and stuff. Oh, sorry, I'm just opening up this this crystal that has no link to any kind of roulette-based mechanics, gacha or other kind than that. But oh, I'm annoyed about the gambling. Urgh. Obviously, to be serious, like that was a bit of sarcasm. I have seen this like point that people have got funny about, like the poker-based element to it, like another kind of gambling form in this game. And like I said, you can't be happy with the fact that you've had a roulette-based kind of system and RNG. Like, it is an RNG based game mode, and yeah, that can suck. No, it literally can suck, because you might be like, well, I've invested so much energy and I've got very little when it comes to points out of it, and especially if you don't get as lucky with pulling those particular formations. Is it a novelty for a limited time? Well, yeah, more than likely. Is it something that should be a permanent? It's still on the fence, but I kind of go down the side of no, it's probably not for a wise idea. So I saw someone complain about, like, oh, it's overly repetitive. Imagine doing something repetitive in Marvel Contest of Champions, and then kind of going like, well, we already have that in game, which is this Arena. Yeah, it's like yeah, but that's it. You repeat constantly Arena in order to get units from it. So it's like saying, Command aren't going to let you have a non-grindy piece of content. Would it be nice in a perfect world that Command gave a non-grindy piece of content where you get a load of units and make a load of progression with amazing rewards? Yes, that would be good, wouldn't it? Do Command do it, and will they ever do it? No, they bloody wouldn't. You've got to be living in a cuckoo world. Granted, there's probably something like Shooting Star Quest that they did that was kind of similar to that, which it was like, it was fun. Valiant difficulty is fun. The Crucible, I suppose, is fun, but are you going to get them all the time, that piece of content, or that type of content? No. So this is probably the best thing for a little while, until we get something like the Banquet event, maybe, or next month's Legends or Reunion-paced event. Well, again, maybe that'll be it, maybe it won't. But this mode, sorry, got off on a tangent. So the 52 champions, of course, had to be given out as 2 stars. If you think you're going to get 7 stars at rank 4, what the heck are you smoking? Like, Command ain't going to do that. Anyway, the 52 champions that are maxed up to ascent should have been sent out to you. If they weren't, then of course it's a problem. Make sure to check your champion inventory, so to speak. There's no in-game mail. They are simply granted to your account. You first enter this mode. So yes, that's that clarification. But of course, it's something that's kind of there's also put a link in the description to the champion breakdown against the numbers and stuff. Look, this mode is temporary. If you don't like it, it'll probably be gone, like at some point in the next month or so. And the biggest issue, and the last thing to kind of mention on this mode, which is a bit of a problem, is the extent of rank rewards and how the recruitment element of it, so the rank rewards portion of it, trying to get here is tough. Like, it's going to be really blinking tough, especially as people push in more points. And the last topic of this is we're going to be talking about is trying to predict the points, which is going to be near to impossible for a brand new mode. But people will go ham for this. They will put in a lot of points, tens of thousands of points, in order to get something like a 7-star featured champion, which is, of course, high evolutionary. So, wow. People are really going to push for this, aren't they? And the final subject that we're going to leave you on is this right here. And it's farming points. It's points predictions on this event. The Clash Solo event, the recruitment event, whatever you want to call it, because you have to get a large amount of points in order for it to be like you got in the top 50% or whatever percent. That means that you can get yourself up the recruitment based milestones and of course get the rank at the end of the 20 days. So again, to kind of be a little bit clearer, we're talking Clash event right here with the rank points, which is here. You get a certain amount of points. Those particular points will then get you onto the recruitment milestones at the point of each week. By the way, it's weekly. And then at the end of the 20 days, then you'll be able to get some rank or you'll be able to get some milestones. That is good, but also it comes with a bad. The bad is how many people, how much points are going to be fronted by the player base. After round 1, we'll get an idea of like how many points people are pushing in, but it is going to be extensive. And each and every time, it is going to go up and up and up and up, which is a really bad habit, but it's happened before. It happened in Arena. It keeps happening with these rank-based events as well, and it can definitely be seen by what people are currently putting in. Player there says, I've got 49k, but want the Legends title. I think it was like someone was saying, like, here's a good point here. If the poll is honest, seeing points totals that high after less than 9 hours is a little concerning. My very first thought upon playing this mode was, oh, this is straight up gambling. But why are people so shocked with like much more so than any other RNG aspect of the game? Bar crystals. Anyway, are now being groomed into gambling addiction. It's people played Marvel Contest of Champions. They know how things work. You spend money on things like Titan crystal shards, crystals in general, and you potentially don't get back what you think you're going to get back. You know, people are really new to playing this game overall. Like, do people just not understand Marvel Contest of Champions and what it's been for the last 10 years? Anyway, points. Definitely 100k plus. I'm already at 81k. So will people be pushing? Undoubtedly. How much will you be pushing for? I think it's going to go more than this. I think people are going to be pushing into like past the 100k mark for sure. 100k plus. It could even be people pushing about 200k. Like, if we're talking about people, spenders that are able, and high unit owners might be looking to invest into this. They may not be. It's such a it could be a very stinky event in general. So, on the side of caution, if you are looking to invest in, just be careful on how much you're kind of investing in unit-wise and energy refill-wise, and how many entries. You know, I've got about 38 for energy refills. I don't know if I want to spend them all. Like, say, if it's 38, I've got refill-wise times 71 energy. This doesn't include my free energy, by the way. Divided by 30, 89, not 30. Yeah, 30, because I would go the other route. Let's just say it's 89 entries. And those 89 entries, average, say if they average about, I don't know, 200 per time, that's 17,000 more points. They probably do a bit more than that, to be honest. But I don't really want to go about that. I'd love it to be like, oh, if it was 2,000 per time, then that's great, isn't it? That'd be a lot more points. But it's a risk to do this at the end of the day. Anyway, that's been it for the MCN. It's probably gone a little bit longer than I wanted to, but check out some other content, support the channel. I'll see you soon. Much love and goodbye.